The party had just returned from Asher down here in the south in Damak. Is the ping broken now? Ha? Why is my ping not working? Hold on. Hold down left click and no ping. Cool. No, I tried already. Tried multiple times. That's not a... Oh, wait. You know what? I think I got it. Aha. I was on the stream layer. All right. So, the party had just returned from Asher and settled back in at home where they discussed... they settled back in at home in Tyvan, where they discussed what to do with the lion cubs they had found, whether they would keep them and what to name them. And after a bit of banter, they landed on the names Atalanta and Hippomenes, at Robin's suggestion. They then turned their attention to some more personal tasks over the next 10 days. Bjorgulf set to work on modifying his spider-legged harness contraption, adding additional power and space for storage, increasing his carrying capacity, all the while training and improving coordination with his fellow sharpshooter Vasoia in combat scenarios. Robin split much of her time between studying at the personal library the Mithrari had provided her with and training the new lion cub Atalanta to act as her personal animal companion, having acquired a book to refer to on the matter, which she thinks she could apply to her teammates as well. Vasoia spent much of her time caring for and bonding with her loyal steed Roche in the newly prepared stable, and in secret began to practice her intimidating flourishes in front of a mirror in order to refine her technique. As the party began to wind down and complete their personal objectives, Bjorgulf set to work on constructing a tanglefoot bag to get himself out of, and his enemies into, some sticky situations. Meanwhile, the girls, cub included, spent a few days venturing outside the inner perimeter to put on a performance in the northern shanty town that went well received and generated a few gold pieces for the trouble. And sometime after they resolved their personal matters, the Mithrari acolyte Titus, who seems to have the duty of being the group's Mithrari liaison, arrives with another Adventurers Guild mission that has been selected for them. A merchant and his daughter wish to enlist a party to escort them and then retrieve their carriage drawn by 4 horses, retrieving a lost carriage of goods that had fallen into a ravine in Phaecia. The party accepts and goes to meet with the merchant at the Adventurers Guild. They meet with Faris Mordanti Trescinia and his teenage daughter Nova, who greet the adventurers and exchange names while giving them more detail on the mission. The party grills the merchant for info, with Bjorgulf and Vasoia arriving at the absolute belief that the man was being dishonest with them, while Robin was sure he was being forthright. Ultimately, they end up accepting the mission terms, though not without reservations. They spend the better part of the next month traveling the Tyvan and Nexia provinces in peace, with long carriage rides and many stories shared by the campfire. They then approach Fort Castoros on the Dalashian River, where they are waved through thanks to the merchant and Vasoia's clear allegiances. After passing through the fort, the merchant's mood instantly grew more tense, and their camps took on a darker atmosphere, and little conversation was offered. This continued into the 4th day, when they came upon a scene on the horizon, a lone figure standing in the center of the road, being approached by a pair far off. The party dismounted from their carriage and engaged the Parafay in combat, making short work of them. The lone traveler makes short work of the elf, cleaving it in two with a shimmering geometric curve of energy he manifests in hand. The bulkier orc apparently dispatched in short order by a few well-paced bolts from Vasoia's crossbow. And that is where we left off last, and that is where we'll be picking off today here as the orc is felled with a crossbow bolt to the side of its head. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do me a favor and make a medicine check. We'll say medicine check, sure, in this case. And Vasoia, could you roll a perception check? All right. Robin, make a perception check as well. Okay. Robin, you see the as Vasoia addresses Sett, and he draws the blood from discreetly from the orc. He turns his head to address Vasoia, and Robin, you see the orc stir back into motion. And we'll start from here in the initiative, and we'll give Robin first crack. yeah, it's moving for real. All right. It was a little bit my fault. We were wrapping up quickly last week, but we have to get this out of the way. Sett, you remember that, as I described to you last week, orcs are very resilient, and they're very hard to put down permanently. They're very, very resilient. So, yes. Yes. Robin, no, it's already there in the thing, and it starts with Robin, then it'll go the orc, Vasoia, Bjorgulf, Sett. Yes. Okay. Okay. You choose one or the other. In most cases, I'll give you a little thing here. The claws have agile, so if you wanted to make 2 attacks, you'd probably the jaws do more damage, I believe, on a hit. So you'd probably want to use jaws, and then if you had to make a second attack, use claw because it has the agile trait, which makes the map less. It reduces it, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right, make an attack roll. Okay. That's a critical. Yep. All right. And Atalanta sinks her jaws into the orc's throat, but the orc struggles with it and pushes it off, still leaking black blood down its chest. Okay. Window. I think you might be able to somehow. That's a hit. And you go ahead. And all right. And Robin lashes out with her obsidian razor whip and tears more into the hole that Atalanta had made. And this time, the orc shudders and visibly goes. How do I say? Limp. Yes, I was gonna say ragdoll, but that's a little too 2000s gamer term. So, yes. Yes, and it very much appears dead this time. On it? Oh, okay. And you are now out of combat. Can't move the token. Okay. Jackie, try now. Try now, Jackie. No. Try now. Try now. There you go. You can move it now. It's a good question. You need to make a knowledge check for that. Lore master. Oh yeah. Definitely not advised. Right. Well, you're asking out of character. I know who you're talking about. Huh? Jackie, go ahead. I didn't catch that at all. I can hear you now. I did not catch the magisterium part at all. Oh, okay. I'll let Greg answer for himself. I I will step in a little bit. He doesn't have any trinkets or mechanical things at all. He seems to be outfitted with some very typical adventurer's gear, like something you'd see someone in a caravan be outfitted with. Okay. Yeah, sure. Quick meta thing really quick, Greg. The caravan that you're familiar with is not Ferris. The Are you thinking of Ferris, the guy here? Right, that was the one that the other ones had met. That the party took this mission from. FRUS, right? Faris Mordanti Tricinia. Yeah, totally. Let's do it. No, I'm sorry. Eric, you asked me if you know a Faris. You do know a Faris. The caravan guy over there, his name is Faris. Uh, Faris. Faris Mordanti Tricinia. Stop, Alexi. You don't recognize him at all. Hmm. 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 Make a crafting check, sure. Well, using it mechanically in some kind of antidote or alchemy related thing, I would think that applies more to uh, medicine or crafting rather than like knowledge of the phase, knowledge of their behavior and what they do and how they act and things like that. To your, I would say to your knowledge, no, there aren't a lot of mechanical applications. Like their blood is not flammable by um, to your knowledge. Faris stands up from. Oh, go ahead. Mm-hmm. I see that. Ask him if he knows what. Uh, So do you ask me in character? Faris goes to stand up, and he looks like he's about to shout when Vasoia rides up next to the carriage. He looks at Vasoia and then back to the stranger and shakes his head. I've never seen this man before. Shakes his head. My caravan is just me and my daughter, you know. I've never seen this man, but we really must be going. The longer we stay stationary here, the more of a target we become. He stands up and then shouts over and says, well, bring the traveler along if he needs a ride, but we do need to be moving. I think. The whole contraption goes. Oh no, we hear you. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that. Yeah, I can hide it completely from you, but I chose not to. um, Isn't she 180 centimeter? That's what's on our character sheet. And Robin, make a lore master check for me. Yeah. Never mind. The best thing is that you critically failed, so I don't have to use dubious knowledge. He appears to be human. No. You did fine. Yeah, it's you. You're to describe. It's your character. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He nods his head. He nods his head and says, well, welcome aboard. Always nice to have a capable-looking fellow around." And I'm gonna teleport you on board. Woo! Slide. Yes. Uh, I will. Here you go. Yes. Right. Yes. You guys are this token here. This represents your party. He checks his character sheet. Do I? Let me just yeah, hey, hold up, let me check my character sheet. Faris has been tense basically the entire time you all have been in Phasia, but he does sort of listen to the conversation as you all go. And Nova, his daughter, turns in her seat and leans through like the caravan window, and mentions. She says, "You come from the east, so are you from Intralon?" She like claps her hands together and goes like, "Oh." And Nova leans in again and points at like Bjorgolf's neck where he has a bronze adventurer's plate, and she points and says, "Oh, they're actually adventurers. You know, I think didn't the Adventurers Guild started in Indralon, didn't it?" She adjusts that to Sett. She looks a little deflated again. Clearly interested in Indralon, and yeah. So she kind of just she's like 16, she's a teenager. Yeah. So you guys go through spend the rest of the day traveling by carriage. The stop to pick up Sett didn't really take much time. It only took a few minutes, so it didn't really impede your day's travel at all. So you made your travel as usual, and the next day you wake up, make camp and everything, and I want to ask you guys what you want to do about campfires. And Faros will ask you all. That's not what he's gonna get at, but he's gonna ask you all. So he asks, while you guys are all making camp and deciding to make a fire or not, he approaches everyone and asks, so do you think we should make a fire or do without? Yeah, sure. Roll a Fey lore check. Huh. What saves time? Sorry. Oh, I didn't know that. I know if you double click your like character icon, like your avatar, that'll open your character sheet. I think the reason, yeah, it's because he's not on here. There you go. It should work now. Yep. But Sett, you know, let me think. How should I answer this? There certainly are some things that attract them. And fires do make you more visible out on the plains. No fire at all. Okay. You guys have tents. In fact, the caravan leader has a giant. They've been sleeping in the caravan itself, he and his daughter, but he has a large tent that can suit the four of you. That's what I want to ask you next. Faris will ask. So the four of you will be standing watch then, or? Second watch. Figure out the order that you guys all want. And I think I have something in my notes, not my notes, but in our player guide about exactly this. Hold on. All right. Uh, uh, Open this up here. Suffice it to say that with 4 members of your party, you guys are able to stagger your watches so that everyone gets a full night's rest and covers the entire watch. Yes. Yay. I mean, I have to. It will be. It depends on if there's the moon and everything. Mm-hmm. It is. Right now, it is a new moon. There is no light, so it'll be darkness. It will not be dim light. If it was a full moon, I'd give you guys dim light basically everywhere. But with the new moon, no. If you click the journal on the left side, yeah. And I do keep track. I do keep track of the day and everything. For yes. So if you on the left, you should see token, measurement, tile, drawing, wall, lightning, ambient, journal notes, and then SC. Yes. And then the secondary SC, simple calendar. There you go. I'd probably rule that they're dark. I'd have to do some more research on moons exactly. I'm not sure that PF2 has anything. Yeah. I would just say that on full moons, you get dim light on everything, and everything else, not so much. I'll have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. I'll come up with a ruling when it's relevant next time. No, I know. I'm just. I'll have to think about that some more when I have more brain RAM to spend on that. Yeah. Um. So, yes, it'll be dark with no light, and for those of you with low light vision, your low light vision only works in dim light. It gives you vision within dim light. If you look at a torch, all of you guys have torches, I think. If you look at what a torch does exactly, it gives you bright light within a certain radius, and then double that radius on the outside of that, it gives you dim light. And then for you guys with low light vision, you treat that low light as if it's bright light. Mm-hmm. With no source of light, you guys are going to be in. I think it's. I know in 5e it's called darkness. What is it called here? PF2e light conditions. Light rules. Darkness. Okay, it is darkness. Mm-hmm. 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 That's how torches and everything work as well. You guys know I'm not gonna lock you in. You guys can still set a bonfire, and you can set the radius to what you guys. If you want to make like a bright bonfire, that will give you a bigger radius. I'll let you guys set the radius. It just has to be whatever number of the bright light it is. It has to be double that in dim light. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They have low light vision. Mm-hmm. I understand the logic you're trying to apply here. Yeah. I would say that you'd be able to someone I mean, if you're on watch, someone has to go get wood, then bring him out to each of the fires, stoke each of them, and keep going around. Uh and take care of all someone has to tend to the fires. Yeah. So well, I'm not saying that you guys have to. I'm just saying that there's going to be a limit to how many one person can tend to, and you will have to go out there and tend to the fires. Just so that you know, I'm throwing that out there. That is a thing you'll have to do with your idea. Honestly, I'm not 100%, but let's say would 3 sound about right? 4, 3, 4. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's a smaller fire, right? It'll burn through it, like, and you only have a small amount of wood. You'd have to attend to it quite a bit. I'd say like 3, and then it depends on how far apart they are. I think so. That was my logic behind it, but that's what I was thinking as well. But I'm not gonna force you guys. And you guys can disagree in character. It's completely okay. So are you guys doing torches, no bonfire, multiple bonfires? I'm gonna take you guys to the map here, actually. Um, and I will give light 40, 20. All right. Here's your guys's campsite, by the way. Faris has a torch right now. Okay. So you guys need to please make notes. How big of a bonfire? So decide how much of a bright light you want a bonfire to have, where you want to place it, and please give me that information. And then some Victorian stuff. Hmm? Well, I had to involve Sett in this thing. Well, I spent a few days to even meet up with Sett, but yeah, I had to. I really wanted Greg to be involved in this process, so. You're thinking. Uh, that's so cute, Jackie. Jeez. Yes, Greg was. Yes. Each is like a torch. Gotcha. Cool. Under. Okay. So I'm sorry. Please spell out what exactly you guys plan to do. It's a cone. It says, oh, sorry, that's a bullseye. No. Bullseye is cone. Sorry. A hooded lantern sheds light in a 30-foot radius, dim light in the next 30, and is equipped with shutters so you can block the light. Yes. Bullseye is cone. Sorry. Okay, well, I am going to enforce. Do you have? Did you buy oil? And I will assume that it comes with some oil, but how much oil do you have? It's an actual thing. One pint of oils here costs a copper piece. I will assume that when you bought it, you did not just buy it and then not have oil. I would have I would assume the person who sold it to you sold you some oil, Robin. So in this case, just because I'll say that that Faris also has a little bit of oil. He has like 4 pints. That's a total of 4 pints. It says how long for one pint of oil? 6 hours. Okay. Also, you have 5 pints to work with. Mm-hmm. Okay. And shifts are give me a second. Let me double check how long the shifts are supposed to be. It's something like that. At least a 4 member each takes turns standing watch while still getting the benefits of a rest. Camp is 11 hours. Okay, each leg. Yeah, it's like 2 hours a piece, right? Okay. I'll leave that on you to keep track of, please. So make like of 30 and deduct it as people go through their watch, please. Sounds like it. Did you guys decide on the watch order, by the way? Okay. And then Sett said second. Pure Golf is first. Okay. Okay. So Sett's still going second. Jackie, did you say you'll go last? Okay. 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 All right, and so no bonfire whatsoever, just hooded lantern and everything. Okay. I don't even use the hooded lantern. Let me get this squared away now that we have less to deal with later. Vision range, nope. Vision angle, nope. Light, mission angle. Oh, there we go. Angle. Cool. Um so we put that held in one hand. Okay. And you'll just you'll you'll have to actually pass the physical item between the characters when necessary. That makes sense. Or rather um right. Who's using it? Is it Vasoia? Mhm. You can. Okay. And I will. Unfortunately, there's not like a lot of support for. Is Bjorgulf also planning to use the lantern? Okay. I added a lantern for you guys for Bjorgulf. You guys just can't have this equipped all at the same time. If one of you guys equips it, just unequip it. Unfortunately, I can't do it any differently. Um, the lantern, this one, Robin. Okay. You guys now have a Robin's hooded lantern in your thing, and you can use that. But just make sure that you guys turn it off when you guys are done with it. What is a hood? Is it 30 to 30? Cool. Nope. There you go. This is a bonfire, but it will work as your guys' lantern. Just when you guys need it, it'll be there. It's gonna be hidden. If you guys need to put the lantern down, I'm gonna use that bonfire as a placeholder for it. Probably. Okay. Just so that you guys know, and we're all squared away on the camp. That's great. We only have to do that once, and now it's all handled. All right. So we'll go back to the world map here. And all right, so you guys do your camp and you go in order, putting out the watches. Bjorgulf wakes up for his, well, he never goes to sleep. He stays awake with the hooded lantern, goes through it, uses it for the 2 hours. So Eric, please deduct 2 hours. Cool. Vasoia also does the same, watching around. She's the only one without a source of low light vision, but she makes it through her shift uneventfully. And same for Robin and Sett, and you guys clear the first night. You continue to travel this way, camping each day. And on the this day, you also just the one day. That was one day, and we're moving on to the next one here. And the same, and I will expedite this a little bit. You run into nothing here as well, but that's another 6 hours, or sorry, 6 hours, right? 6 hours per day. Okay, another 6 hours. Don't resize the thing. Okay, great, awesome. And then you do that day. The next day as well passes without event. And then you guys wake up the next morning and begin moving. And Faras asks you, Um, the carriage is if we're thinking about this in the context of this grid, it's on the far end of the grid. If you guys go camp today, here in this square, if you camp at night, wake up, and then try to journey to the carriage, you will arrive just before evening. At around dusk, you'll arrive at the carriage. Well, if you camp here tonight and go to the caravan just directly like you always do, you break camp, pack everything up, and just start going on the carriage. If you just proceed directly to it after camping, you're gonna arrive there at dusk. No, he told you guys when you took the mission, you guys are also going to be, with the help of the horses, presumably. He didn't specifically say, but he did say that you guys are going to be helping get the carriage out of the ravine. That is also part of the mission. Yes, you aren't just escorts. Yeah. Cool. You guys get some fatigued penalties as well. Mm-hmm. Um, you guys get a each leg spent at a fast pace in 16 hours without sleep either grants the fatigued condition or exasperates it. And the fatigued condition, what's that do? It's not normally a numbered thing, but I made it a numbered thing. Fatigued. You get a -1 AC to your AC and saving throws, and you can't take a lot of exploration activities, but we haven't played around with those as much yet. But yes. So what do you decide to do? So, to be clear, what do you plan to do? Could you rephrase it again for me, real quick? Okay. 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 You'll stop short. Try and rest in a safe place. Set down in a safe place, and then wake up in the morning and deal with the carriage. Gotcha. Sounds good. All right. So again, you camp this night and run into no issues, and then break camp and make your way towards the carriage. As you all begin to approach where he directed it is, you find a clearing that's now this whole ravine is quite close to the forest. You can see the edge of the forest in the distance, not too far away. But you find a place that seems to be as about distant and clear as you can from it, and set down early for the night and make camp. And do you guys have anything you want to do at camp while you're camping early? You have some extra time to sit around and talk. Okay. Okay. I sent you a message. Yeah, you can type /W space Connor space whatever message you want. Everyone can try if they want. That worked. Yep. All right. And /W. Yeah. MMO rules. Whisper. I see the whisper if you whisper the person that whispered. For example, if Greg whispered you, I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't see it. I don't think so. I don't think the GM sees all whispers between players. I think there was an option for it, but I'm not. I think there's an option for it, but you could try it, Greg. Try whispering someone. Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Oh, really? uh, well, not the case in Foundry. Maybe there's a setting or a different kind of whisper you can do with the DM can see. But so night arrives, and Bjorgulf is the first to watch. You can equip the lantern. I will do it for you. Held. Whoos. Okay. How are the acoustics make? Well, in this case, if you're listening, make a perception check. Make a perception check, I guess. Yeah. It's a bunch of grassland, so if they wander, you're camping off the side of the road. Far in the distance, this way from everyone, you can see a tree line in the northeast. Well, you saw it during the day. You saw the tree line during the day. It's quite a far ways away. Um, if you were to hear sounds, sounds don't. There isn't any material on the ground that would make a lot of noise if something were to approach. Just grass and maybe gravel. It's like a stone sound. This highway is like a stone material. If you were listening really heavily and you actually managed to pick it up, then you might hear pebbles or something getting kicked, presumably. Okay. I'm going to say that we're already in nighttime. That would have been a great idea when I asked you earlier if there's anything you guys want to do. Sorry. That'll be great for the next camp, though. Oh, you can spend your watch maybe doing that. Clock tool is not accurate. Sorry. Okay. 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 I'm sorry, I didn't move you guys to the scene. I should do that. Um, we're gonna use give me two. It'll be for each hour of your watch. Okay. The first hour goes by, and you periodically open up the hooded lantern and see and hear absolutely nothing. The second hour goes by, and every 5 minutes, you open up the lantern, spilling light onto the moonless. How do I say this? Onto the ground in this just moonless sky above you, right? And close it again, and you make it through your watch without any disturbances. So you head back to the tent and exchange watches with Vasoia. And I will unequip the lantern from you now. Horn. And we will. Where is Vasoia? Here we go. There you go. Held in one hand. Weird. Huh, you can move. Yeah. And Bjorgulf goes to sleep. Do you get on Roche? Do you ride Roche? Do you leave her tied up at the post with the other horses? Okay. 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 And yes, they're yes. I forget what the word is for resting horses, but I think there's a specific word for that. But maybe Eric knows. There's like a specific word for it, isn't there? Where they like need down. I feel like it's a K word, something like that. Yeah, it's not kneel. It's like a specific word for like a laying down horse. Past? There's an equestrian term for like having your horse like lay down like that. I forget what it is. All right. And Jackie, what do you do with Vasoia? Vasoia, how does she handle her watch? Does she use the same strategy as Bjorgulf? Does she walk a route around the camp? What exactly does Vasoia do? Okay. Why don't you draw a route for me with the drawing tool? That might be an exploration activity. Which this is technically, I guess. Uh yes, that's it's a bit of a different thing. I need to look more into there's some actual rules for camping and activities that you can do while camping and everything. Okay. All right. And she spends some minutes making the round. There you go. That's it. That's definitely it. That sounds right. With a C. At least it's a case. At least it's a cuss sound. They're talking about linguistics stuff. K's and C's. K sound, like a consonant thing. How do you guys know all this? This is insane. Am I the only non-linguist major here? Am I the only non-linguistics major here? Feel so out of it. I feel like this is like common knowledge that I just don't know or something. Casting and yes, and perception checks. And Vasoia makes her first lap around, heads back to the center. No worries. And sees and hears nothing on her watch. The second round is much like the second, and the second is like the first, sorry. And she makes her round, completing it and coming back to camp to end her leg of the watch. And I will unequip the lantern. Ooh, I dropped the lantern. That's not right. That'll be worn. And then she goes back into the camp and trades off with Robin, who she and Alastair, oh, that that means you know that it's there, but you can't see it, right? That kind of deal. Yes, like concealed. Because there's no light. Absolutely. Yeah. And how do you conduct your watch, Eric? Okay. Give me your 2 perception checks, please. Okay. All right. So you sit by the center of camp with your lantern. I assume that you take the it's not a cone, so it's radiating, right? Okay, obviously. And you've trained Atalanta to be basically on guard at this point, and if she senses anything, she will perk up, I assume. And you sit by, peering out into the darkness, see, just on the edge of the torch's range. It's hard to pierce anything beyond the veil. But as you stare out into the darkness, you do see something stirring. And by the time it emerges into the light, you will now be rolling initiative. All right, we will start a new encounter, and I will why is it? Oh, that's interesting. Yes. And there is a mechanic for waking up while you are sleeping, and I assume that Robin will yell. But waking unconsciousness, you basically have to make a low flat check, I believe it was, to wake up from your sleep. I believe so. I think it's a DC 5. Let me see here. At the start of your turn, you'll automatically attempt a perception check against the noise's DC, which is usually very low, especially if there's combat or yelling. And if you pass that DC, then you wake up and you take your turn. If not, you sleep through your turn unconscious, right? So that's how that is going to work for everyone. But we will make perception checks here. No, let me, it will depend on what happens within the turn when your turn comes up, if that makes sense. Right now we're just going to roll the initiative. Begin encounter. Hold on, I think I can just roll it for everyone, because everyone's going to be here. Would you guys like to roll your own? I think you might be able to. I can roll all. What happens if I roll all? Well, I guess it's not a big deal. All right. And Bjorgulf. You can click it in the encounter tab, Alexi. A 10? Okay, we will use that then. I just have to roll that. That's too bad you got a 23 when I roll it for you. Yeah, just to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, same thing. Same thing. Okay. +4 from. That's not correct. Not normally. The reason you have that applied is because you have your dexterity applied to it. If you hit the modifier tab, that's you. That's for the flat check. Yeah, that was for the flat check thing. Just the perception. I'm gonna be experimenting with just doing regular. In this case, it's not even like a. Yeah, it's more random. So this would fit the situation for perception anyway. No worries, no worries. Okay. And first up is Robin. Yeah, I wonder why. Oh yeah, great time, great time. I need to take one as well. Yes, I was literally just about to do it. I was about to hit the button. Okay, I'll be back. I need some water as well. Oh. The whole time. The whole time. I said 50 Shades of Fae. Damn. It's too bad. Yeah, it's still pretty good. I don't know why it's so bright on this screen. Why is it so bright? It's like everything's all lit up now. Oh, did I? Oh, it's not. It's like it's not nighttime. I see. Oh, I don't know why that got changed, but we'll put it back to night now. Okay. Feels bad. All right. Shall we get started? It is Robin's turn. Yep. It's still a free action, yeah. Okay. You do not. Well, you see something shadowy. You see Atalanta stands at attention and starts like lions growl. I suppose they do. It starts growling. I think you can see it. Hold on. It's concealed because it's in dim light, but when you are concealed from a creature, such as in thick fog, you are difficult for that creature to see. You can still be observed, but you're tougher to target. So you see it. It's just very shadowy, and you can't make it out very well, but you do know it's a very large form in the shadows that's emerging from the edge of the torchlight. So you do see it. Okay. It does still take a DC 5 flat check to identify it properly. Yeah, you can't really make out exactly what it is at this point to apply your knowledge into it, right? Not if you made it move already, because ready action is a 2-action activity. Yes. Because it takes 2 actions to set up. If you look at it up in items, you go to ready. It'll say there. It has the 2 little triangles. It's yeah. It takes 2 actions to set up your last action. Yes. Okay. And then it is Bjorgulf's turn. Go ahead and make, I think, what was it again? It was a perception check. Yes. It doesn't specifically say either way. Okay, you will automatically attempt a perception check. Okay. Go ahead and attempt a perception check. I'm gonna say that you wake up. Uh-huh. You do need to stand up. Mm-hmm. Yep, you make out the figure of a large, pale creature lumbering towards the camp. You need to draw your weapon as well. Mm-hmm. That'll definitely lower the DC for them to wake up. I did fix it, so it shouldn't be a problem with the loading anymore, I think. I'm not sure. But you go to your page. Go to your page, it's the second tab. It'll have all the actions there with strike. Yes. Okay, 11. You fire. You wake up and you're disoriented. You snap off a shot and it veers off into the darkness. Now it is Vasoia's turn. Make your perception check. Don't critically fail. Don't critically fail. There you go. Yeah, you wake up. A small anecdote: when I was in the army, you have to do these field training exercises. There was one time, and on this field training exercises, they simulated artillery. So they'd have the large explosion goes, poof, and then you hear pow, pow, pow. And you'd have to, when that happens, you wake up really quickly in your tent, you get ready and everything. We were out on the field training exercise. I knew that was happening. It happened multiple times that night, and then that night I remember I wake up and I heard like rustling on my tent. And like my tent was shaking, and then I heard like, "Hey, Connor," I'll use my last name, but "Hey, Connor, you in there?" And I was like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, "Bro, get your ass out here right fucking now. Right now." And I was like, "Why? What's wrong?" He's like, "Everyone's waiting on you." And I was like, "What?" So I slept through a whole artillery simulation, woke up, and the entire freaking platoon's all lined out there. And the oh my god, the sergeant's like, "Oh, there's Sleeping Beauty right there." I was like, "Oh god damn. Get in the formation." So you can sleep through stuff. You can sleep through some stuff, yeah. It's pretty bad, dude. And you see everybody's waiting on you, holding up the whole platoon. Because like if one person's missing, they put the whole thing on lockdown. Like, where's this guy? Right? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Be like that. You woke up. Where is everybody? Oh. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, I've always been a heavy sleeper. I sleep through like I slept through a tornado too when I lived in Illinois. Thunderstorms. Yeah. Sleep like the dead. Definitely no. uh, Speaking of the dead, oh wait, no, it's not its turn, but it is your turn, Visalia. Hey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Um. Uh. You know. You can interact to draw a one-handed range weapon, and then interact to draw a one-handed melee weapon. Um. Uh. Yeah. So you basically get to draw for free. Um. I'm gonna say that from the angle of the tent, you don't actually see the thing. You're gonna have to get into view to figure out what's going on first. Bjorgulf was sleeping in the corner, and he can see, he has a line of sight towards it, right? But from where you are, I'm gonna say that you can't actually see the ogre. I said it out loud, but you can't see the threat. Yeah. If you can't perceive any enemies, or you can't end your movement closer to one, you can't use this stride. That's why it says that. So you can still interact and draw both of those things basically for free. I think it's part of this into the fray is a reaction. Or sorry. Uh, Actually, you know what? Since you're waking up, the trigger for this is you roll initiative. You've already rolled initiative. You need to be able to like be conscious to take this action when initiative starts. So yeah, if you roll initiative and you have you can interact to draw both weapons. Uh, you basically get to draw them for free as part of your free action, I guess. Okay. Um, yeah, this is a weird situation. Yeah. Mm. Very good catch. Yeah, yeah. But in this case, you'll have to stand up, draw your weapons manually. Yeah. Yep. You can choose to draw just one if you like, and then move. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I see. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Go for it. Yeah, the circle's not needed. I got it. Don't worry about it. You have to click the little man at the top left, token controls, and then go to the ruler. Mm. Oh yeah, yeah. I had done that as well before. You are 20 feet. You have 20 feet to move with. Your breastplate takes -5. She's supposed to be on the horse all the time anyway, so like yeah. Yeah. She's in straight up Tyvan Legion armor, so she doesn't really, yeah. She can switch. I mean, if she feels this is inconvenient, she can switch later, for sure. Buy something that's easier to move in. Totally an option. All right. Uh, the Fae lumbers uh, out of the darkness, and it will. I'm not going to track them. They're not combatants, and they're going to hide in the cart, regardless if they wake up or not. Yes. Um, all right, where 20, okay. All right. All right, it lumbers forward, comes to a halt, and as it draws in close enough, its posture convulses slightly, and it almost seems to really, you could tell its behavior shifts wildly, including its posture, and it then does this. That'll stop it. All right. It charges straight at Vasoia. Huh? What do you mean? How did it just move again? Actually, I don't. Let me see. Does I mean, it's not. It doesn't have to do with its thing, but can it stand? How does it stand? Can it share the same space as Atlanta? I think because this is a large and Atalanta's a small creature. I know with the mediums it has a thing, but that's with of the same size, but 3 sizes larger you can share the same space. It says at least 3 sizes larger than you. So yeah, how do I wanted to proceed as directly as possible, but it can't, by the rules of the game, can't end it. So you know what? I'll put it. It'll march here. Locks onto Vasoia, lunges at her in a mad dash, and tries to wrap its jaws around her. Yeah, that's a way to describe it. And its jaws, it tries to grasp at Vasoia and sink into her, or well, bite down on her, but she dodges to the side, uh, being narrowly missed, and it is now Sett's turn. Make a perception check, and don't critically fail. Nice. All right, you really wake up. I'm gonna say by the time that you have your wits about you, you're gonna have to move first before you observe it. Just looking at the line of sight here. Uh, uh, Robin has it. Let me see here. Let's pretend this cone. Let's say let's do a cone here. Sure. Um, why is that? Oh, okay, so you dropped it and okay, all right, you do have to interact to draw the shield, so you know. For I thought you just drew the whip. That was my mistake. But future reference, the shield also costs an interact to draw and bring into hand as well. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna say that you still need to step out, Greg. No, you'll be able to. That's identifying a creature as a free action. It's completely okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Very good point. Let me see. Roll initiative and can observe, you know, is undead. Well, regardless if you could see it now, you've already rolled your initiative, so that this window and trigger is passed. Regardless, you do have to stand up. You could stay lying down. You could crawl. I'm not joking. Yeah, you do see. Well, I guess the shadow would be you'd see a claw maybe. You do the command roll. Stay low. Stay low. Uh, undo what? Oh yeah, you can control Z. Nothing happened. Okay. Grab the token control and then yep, control click drag. Uh, if you and yep, control click and you can add a stop on the rally basically, and then you press space bar and it'll take you to where you've measured. You have 25 feet of movement speed. Yes, 25. Right click to get rid of a rally waypoint, I think. Yeah, to undo a rally click. So if you control clicked, you right click and then it'll get rid of it. Yeah, you can let me see here. Uh does it say you need to see the spot in which you do it? Uh Yeah, approximately. You heard a growl, like a snapping motion of jaws, and you see like maybe a claw or something here. Um, yeah, and it doesn't say anything. Like you just imagine approximately where you want them to appear, and they appear. It doesn't say that you need line of sight for it. So makes sense. I think you'd be able to do that. Okay. Where at? Okay. What I'm going to do. Uh, yes, please cast it. And is it 20 and 20? 20 and 40? Is it? It's like a torch, right? Torches are 20, 40. Mm-hmm. He can create up to 4. They have to be adjacent, yeah, at the very least. 2020. I made one for you. I'm gonna make a token for you to use later. And I'm gonna add that to my to-do list right now, actually. Uh, okay. Yeah. For now, it's this bonfire is your dancing lights. I believe I do. Hold on, I'm doing some things. Um, each creature, right? Create up to 4, no two of which are more than 10 feet apart. Each sheds light like a torch. You don't have to place them all in a single square, I don't think. Ah, I see. You are correct. They must remain together. Gains the visual trait 5 around the lights. Okay, and this will do a fortitude here. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Oh, okay, gotcha. Uh, okay, and all right. Um, it gets flashed, and you see its eyes wince slightly or close in some way that you know that it was somehow affected by the light, the large flash of lights. So, oh, did you? I think you clicked initiative before. Yeah, you needed to click a perception check, not initiative check. Um, you were at 6. Okay, gotcha. Um, yeah. Oh, let me see. It usually does decide that itself. Right. Okay. No worries. Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. In this case, what was I doing again? Ah, right. I was applying dazzled. That's what I was doing. Is it daytime again? Did it get set to daytime again? Why? I didn't do that. All right, it's going back to nighttime. Maybe. But regardless, it is now Robin's turn. And let me describe this thing really quickly. And now that it's in full light and everyone besides Sett can see it, this is a very large Fae, and you can see down the front of it. You can see like a red streak. It's kind of covered with a red pattern down the front of its from its jaws and downwards. And you do see multiple crossbow bolts sticking out of it already, and some black streaks running down from where it's been shot with those bolts. Okay. It's a thaumaturge thing. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Uh. Ooh. Okay. You couldn't remember the right object to use and become distracted while you rummage through your esoterica. You become flat-footed until the beginning of your turn. You go to look for some obsidian dust. You cannot for the life of you find it, and instead you keep rummaging through and find your notebook and your other and some other books that you took from the library, and you're thoroughly distracted now. Yep, doesn't say anything about just flat-footed. You're thinking about like if you left the stove on, you're like, did I leave that at home? Okay. 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 Your cat does still have one more action as well, I think. Or does it take up two? Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, that's not. Getting him out of the way early. It's good. It's good. It's good for the RNG. Good for the soul. Really concerned about where you put that obsidian dust. It is now Bjorgulf's turn. Dun, 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 uh-huh. I believe I made notes about it in your thing. No? Did I? That is your class DC level. What is that breaking down? It's on your character sheet. You can see right here. Underneath your fortitude saves, this is class DC 16. When you look at the modifiers, it's your int, which is your class thing, and you're trained in your class, so you get a +2, +6, 16. Oh, okay. That is erroneous. I'm sorry. Let me see here. I would think maybe that is 16. Let me see here. Let me check the crafting table. Hold on. I think it's referring to the crafting table here. Mm-hmm. You try to add once per round. Let's see. PFT. Doesn't explicitly say, does it? I think it's probably a table somewhere. Oh, let's see here. Here we go. Task level is maybe 16. Your task level is 16. Okay. I think that's probably it. I have a table here of crafting DCs. Oh yeah, absolutely. I believe this is the man. That's income earned though, but it's under craft. I need to do more research on this. But for now, I would think that 16 is a decent DC to make here. Seems fair. Task level 2. I believe this is the chart that we want to use. Unless I have another one here. Difficulty classes. Okay, here we go. There's also this one. Is it the same? It is the same. Okay. I'll screenshot this for you. I have this this DCs by level chart. That's a quick thing here. So yes, in this case, to answer your question, Alexi, and to keep the game moving, 16 is going to be the DC that you want for this action as of right now, which is the same as your class DC. Imagine that. Well, you actually have a very high level in crafting, so actually you have a really high chance of getting it. You just have to roll a 6 or better. Hmm. Okay. 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 Um. Let me see. I just want to make sure. I thought overdrive was for your innovation. Um. Go into state. Deal additional damage equal to your intelligence after the overdrive ends. Become unusable. No, that seems about right. You're right. You put a little bit something something in that gun, you know. Yeah, you pass. Just one off, unfortunate. Uh, ooh. Overdrive effect. Go adding power. Strikes deal additional damage equal to half your intelligence modifier for 1 minute. After the overdrive becomes unusable. Okay, yeah. You add half your int. Yes. In fact, I think. Watch this. You have the state overdrive. You can drag and drop it. It has 10 rounds remaining. Look at that. That's cool. It should automatically add it for you. All right, go for it. Yeah. That hits. It is for it. It increases the damage die by 1, right? It adds another die of damage to it, I believe, right? It doesn't double the damage; just adds to it, I believe. Uh, damage die by 1 step. By 1 step, does that mean it doesn't add another dice? It increases it if it was which is normally, what is it normally? It's Why is it so hard to find how much it actually is though? Uh, it does 1d6. So when it would go to 1d8, or would it do 2d10 or 2d6? Sorry. Uh, that's what I'm. Is it right? That okay? Yeah, it's not add another dice. It's increase the damage dice. Yeah. Okay. I think so. Yeah. Um. It's really annoying, isn't it? This weapon is consistently annoying, but uh, just go ahead. I changed the damage on it from 1d6 to d8 in your inventory. See if that does it. Hit damage. There you go. It worked. And I'll just change it back to you can do this. I don't know if you can edit them, but I will just change it back for you. And now it is back to a 1d6. But this is the damage here. And you can see the overdrive is giving you +2 damage on that. Wunderbar. Um, it is Vasoia's turn. And remember, Bjorgulf just did damage. So you'll have the, what's it called? The scout thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Right. It only lasts for this turn, of course. Of course. Um, okay. Yeah, absolutely. It worked. Okay. $20. Okay. Yeah. Should be. It's within range, yeah. I think your weapon's 35 feet. Does hit. 21. Roll the damage. It does 3 damage. That makes you feel any better. It is not, yeah, it is not 0. All right. Shut up. That is generally, I generally do not tell you, but what's the effect for critical failure? Uh, Fascinated. Well, I did not apply the fascinated status to its token, so extrapolate. Okay. Right. Where does it say? I'm sorry, immune. Where exactly? You mean when he does a success? I mean, it still gets to do the dazzled check, regardless. But it's fascinated on top of the dazzled. Hmm. And must attempt a new save whenever it starts its turns adjacent to the light. Um, so I guess it does a save now to see if it'll end being dazzled, right? Um, must okay. The creature is dazzled until the start of your next turn. No, it's dazzled regardless, so it doesn't make the save. Um, but it as it goes to make its turn and becomes and begins to move uh, as Vasoia uh, advances away or well retreats. It then changes focus and lunges at Robin. And it will okay. And Robin's AC is 13. So it does do damage to Robin, does 9 damage. Wraps its okay, let me see here. Hold on. Let me go ahead and describe it all at once here. Let's see here. Dazzled does what exactly? I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, absolutely sure. Okay. If its only precise sense is vision, um, I'm tracking. I'm with you guys. I do understand. Uh, okay, but it does hit, and as it does hit, uh, it wraps its jaws. Okay. Yeah, It lunges at Robin, opens its jaws wide, and almost dives into the ground after Robin. Grabbing her with its hands, it picks her up and shoves it down through its jaws and down inside of it. Well, hold on. Let me see. It's attempting to do that. Hold on. Let me see here. Is smaller than it can usually swallow. Purposes maximum attempts an athletics check. Okay. All right. There is one condition here. It does have to pass to do this. Hold on. It's not gonna just automatically succeed. I'm pretty sure it succeeds though. What is Robin's reef? Yes. Okay. Yes, it does do that. It does do that. It shoves Robin down its maw, and Robin is now she is grabbed, slowed one, and this is gonna be good for you, Robin. You're gonna be using this action. So when you're swallowed, let me see here. If the victim escapes this ability's grabbed action, it exits through. So you're going to be using the escape action to try to escape. You can a swallowed creature can attack the monster that has swallowed it, but only with unarmed attacks or with weapons of light bulk or less. Is your whip light bulk or less? Okay, it is. It is. So you can use your whip, and it is flat-footed against your attacks from the inside. If it takes piercing or slashing damage equal to or exceeding this rupture value that it has a value called a rupture from a single attack or spell, the swallowed creature cuts itself free. So that is the two ways to escape it. Okay. If the monster dies, a swallowed creature can be freed by creatures adjacent to the corpse. They spend a total of 3 actions cutting the monster open. Okay, I want to lay that all out there so that you understand your situation right now. Free to use them. Okay, can't. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to grab. Okay, it takes. You take. Why did that do nothing? How is that? Why is it rolling zeros? Okay, I'm gonna roll it manually. 2 plus 4. Okay, and Robin does take another 10 damage here. I'm going to apply that. Let me make sure. You took the jaw attack, which does damage, and then it grabs you, and then attempts to. Okay, yep, 2d4 plus 4. That's correct. Takes the listed amount of damage when it's first swallowed and at the end of each of its turns while it's swallowed. Okay. At the end of your next turn, it'll do damage to you again, or attempt to. And that's the end of its turn. It is Sett's turn. No. If you want to make a called shot, I'll probably adjust the difficulty or something, but uh no. Oh, inside. There are no feet hanging out the mouth. She's in there. That's a mechanic. So the rupture thing is for people on the inside. So I'll take that value and say that if you can pass a certain damage amount with your roll and aiming for the certain spot, maybe I would allow it. Okay. I might reduce the rupture amount with a crit, but yeah, the whole mechanic exists already in a way, so I would just work off of that. The way if you look it up later, a rupture, all these swallow abilities, they have a rupture value, and if the person on the inside does that amount of damage in a single attack, it like cuts its way out of the stomach and like bursts out of it. So doing that from the outside should be harder than from the inside. Yeah. Yeah. You saw it like lunge down, pick up, like wrap its jaws straight around Robin's like head, grab her, and then you saw her get lifted up and disappeared from view. Yeah, you heard. Okay. Your psyche is so unleashed. Uh. um. This set doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be a status effect applied here. Oh yeah, it sure is. Uh huh. Okay. Oh. Shoot her. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Can't use. No, not all classes. Yeah. No, paladins have it. Monks have it. I think rangers might have it. Hmm. Hmm. Go. All right, that hits. Gain a status bonus to its damage equal to double the spell's level. Cantrip 1. It would be 2. It's a cantrip, so it would be 2. Cantrips count as level 1, I believe, right? PF2E. Yeah. Cantrip is always use up your spell numbers. Cantrip is always automatically heightened to half your level rounded up. So it'd still be 1 because you're level 2. Yes. It should automatically, it might even automatically calculate that for you because you have the Unleash Psyche thing. No, it did not. Yes. All right. And cover from the strain. Okay. All right. You slash straight at its belly, right where the bump is, the robin bump, and you make a very deep gash in its stomach, but you do not work through whatever layer of muscle or flesh or sinew that covers its stomach. All right. That was all of your actions. Okay. It is Robin's turn. You have 2 actions. Yeah, why does it keep doing that? That's very strange. It's when the encounter returns to the top, but I don't know how to change it. Okay. This would be a good time to crit. Okay, well, you do damage. You lash outwards at it as best you can from the inside of it. Can't wake up. Can't get out. Can the lion even hear you? Can you even command it to do anything? You'd think. Bystander effect, right? There is an option. No, there's an actual option. There's an action called escape. No, it's not a dex check. I think it's a athletics check. I was literally just had it open. There we go. Yes. 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 Unarmed attack modifier against the DC of the attack. Yes. Okay. No, that does not hit. Yeah. Escape also has the attack action. Yes, you're correct. And at the end of your turn, you take damage. Yeah, Robin is unconscious. Okay, this is new. Okay, and yes. Let's see here. You should be. It didn't automatically apply it for some reason, but let's see here. Where is it? 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 There we go. There we go. All right. No, not you. Not you. All right. You. Where is it again? Conditions. Whose turn is it, by the way, while I'm doing all this? Bjorgulf? Make your turn, Bjorgulf. I'm gonna... Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can control click and then add them together automatically. Yep. And then 20 feet. No, you have to take all of your movement at the same time. You don't get to use that movement later in your turn. You get to move up to your movement, and you can't move, use like 10 feet, shoot, and then use the other 10 feet. You have to use all of it at once. Okay. What was I? Oh, yes. That's a hit. Okay. Yep. 8 damage. All right. It takes it. So it's I'm sorry, I really want to be better about describing these things. But yeah, it's been sliced. It has a slice across its chest. It has the bolts already sticking out of it now. 2 gunshot wounds, extra bullet from Vasoia, and it's leaking black blood from all various types of wounds. And yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. In this situation, that's not going to apply. Well, I mean, rather, yeah, yes, it's fine. I got you. Okie doke. Next up is Vasoia. Okay. Okay. I think you have some. I think you have like a quick mount feature. No. Something. Mm-hmm. If you mount an animal in the middle of an encounter, it skips its next turn and then acts on your next turn. Oh, that's not really relevant here because your animal companion already does that. Yeah. Yeah. You'd command it. Now Roche is an actual animal companion rather than just a mount that you're using. And then she'd get her or hit his 2 action. Is Roche a boy or a girl? Okay. And then he needs an action to use his 2 actions. Um, I think so. Technically, yes. Yes. You do get 2 move actions out of a single. Yeah, basically. That is correct. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, you won't be able to do that this turn then. Right. Mount, draw, shoot. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It is drawn. There we go. Finally. uh no. Okay, so you drew, and then you're going to attack. Then you won't be able to move. You need to stride to be able to move. That takes an action. Yeah, not 5e. That sounded really condescending. It is different from 5e. Yeah. You're thinking of 5e. damage. And you let loose a crossbow bolt, which it launches from your crossbow and embeds itself into the hulking phase shoulder. Yes, and then I will add another point of damage. Yes, cool. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for that that catch. 100%. Thank you. I did get it last time. Yeah. I caught it last time for sure. All right. It is the hulking phase turn, and it is going to turn to Sett that took a swipe at it, and it is going to hammer down with its fist at Sett. And it misses real wide. It slams the ground next to Sett, but it does try with its other fist and misses as well. Sett steps to the side, and it does try one last time. What's Sett's AC? This time it does hit. It as he dodges to the side, its other fist has come up already, and it slams down a third time, catching Sett in the shoulder, and dealing damage to Sett. Does 14 damage, and where is it? Where is it? Where? Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. Hold up. I think all it does is just, yeah. And as it slams you on the shoulder, your crumple, it pounds you into the ground, and you fall prone. Conditions will now be prone. Where's prone? Found it. And it is now Sett's turn. So, yes and no. I think so. If we look at -2 AC, you are flat-footed, and you take -2 to attack rolls that you make. He can just stand up as a move action, and he'll stand up. Yeah. Assuming it doesn't have any attack of opportunity attacks, it, yeah, because stand is a move action, right? Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be on you until you stand up. You're flat-footed when you're prone. While you're prone. Hey, what the? No. I just inspected the dice that I made. For whatever reason, I'm sorry. Hold on. It's fine. It doesn't affect your turn at all. Well, I mean, it does. You didn't get knocked prone. You didn't take any damage, okay? Relax. It's fine. Yes, for whatever reason, it did not apply the map to its attacks for some reason. That's my mistake, but I'm glad I caught it now. But yes, you are standing. You wound back time. You actually saw into this future, and you went actually back in time. You did the Nick Cage thing, and now you did the right move this time. Yeah, simulated it. I thought it was really lucky too. I was like, that seems weird. That seems odd. I don't think it's impossible, but it is unlikely. Yeah, yeah. It's not impossible, but it is very unlikely, which is why I went back. I was like, hold on. Wait a second. Yeah, yeah. I questioned it myself. Yeah, Foundry's not perfect, unfortunately. But at least I double checked. Very happy about that. But yes, Sett, it is your turn. Um, as I described earlier, it has the gash. It has copious amounts of black ooze dripping. It's almost not white anymore. It's almost just covered in the black ooze at this point. Okay. Battle effect shield. Oh, you did it. Nice. Good job. Good job. No, I just removed one. It's fine. Okay. Okay. You going with the Noctis? You gonna mix it up? Go with the Great Sword this time? Got you. Okay. Roll your attack. 12. 12 misses. 12 is a miss. It's no flat footed or anything for him, right? Nope. Okay. All right. It is Robin's turn. And we have some things. I was hoping we wouldn't have to deal with this. Where exactly is it again? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Well, you have 0. Okay. I want to see it for myself, for my own reference. I had unconscious there. Okay, here we go. Yes. You were bleeding. You were unconscious. Includes a value. Attempt recovery. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about what to do. If we should end it right after Eric's turn or right here. Start of your turn. Whether you get better or worse. Right. But I am going to do. If you can do. I think it's a blind GM roll to me. You see there's in the bottom right there's a little box. It should say public roll. If you click that, it'll have a bunch of different options. You do blind GM roll. Wake up is described in that condition. Okay. And that needs to be higher than your Or you take another dying thing? Is that okay? Or by 2 if you take damage from an enemy. Okay. While dying, recovery check while you're dying. Okay, it does matter if you make a critical or failure. Okay. DC plus your current dying value. Do you start with dying 1 or are you at dying 0 and then go to 1? Okay, you have to be. You take damage. If the damage reduces you to hit points, you remain unconscious and gain the dying condition as normal. Okay, so you start at dying 1. So you are dying 1. You are dying. You are dying 1. Okay. And your dying value is 10. DC is 10 plus your current dying value, which is 11, right? So a critical failure would be a what? My brain's not working. Don't worry about that. Well, no, a critical failure, if the DC is 11, you'd have to roll a 1, right? Okay. No, not that. Not that. There we go. And then at the you also take more damage from being in its stomach at the start or at the end of your turn. It will increase. Yes, it just increases the dying condition. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so anyway. It's Bjorgo's turn. Make them count. Okay. Your overdrive is still active, right? Yep, you got it stays for a minute, so you're fine. Let me adjust it really quick. Hold on. Well, I guess yeah, go ahead. Just roll your attack and everything. So Vasoia's turn. Yeah, I PF2E. Yeah. Good question. Good point. Doesn't have can act when it's not your turn. Acts on your turn in combat. Minion if given no commands, minions use no actions except to defend themselves or to escape obvious harm. Yeah, it's scared. It's kind of it's walking back and forth very nervously, unsure where its master is. What? No. You use true actions to reload and shoot. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you. Thank you. Yes, you can. 100% yes. Yes, and resolve under the system. They replace hero points. You can use them to stabilize. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Um, Keep in mind, stabilize. If a character is dying at the start of their turn, the player can spend one resolve point. When you okay, but when you get knocked unconscious from damage, you gain an extra dying, I think, right? If I'm You get wounded. You get wounded, which increases it by one. Yes. Anytime you lose the dying, you gain wounded one. Right. Okay. Yeah. We can apply that retroactively if you like, because that's a very good catch. Let's do that. Yeah. And if ever reaches dying, right? Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys did your long rest. You had 10 days yet. Absolutely. Yep. Stabilize. If a character is dying at the start of their turn, start of their time, you spend 1 point. You deducted a resolve point already, right? Okay, gotcha. Um, Perfect. You have 4. Now you have 3. You gain consciousness. But then you don't then you become unconscious again. But I do need to apply wounded to you. Hold on. Sorry. Uh, you die again. All right, and it is Vasoia's turn. So Vasoia, please, Jackie, please make your turn. Sure. What's that from again? I feel like it was referencing another thing. I think you're still at 3 dying though, aren't you? Sorry, Jackie, hold on. Uh, Eric, are you still at 3 dying? Because you recover, you stabilize, you're at 1 HP. The end of your turn, you take the damage. You go back. Right, but you gain wounded 1, and if you get knocked unconscious from damage again, then wounded 1 would make you dying 2, right? Well, regardless, you're dying 2 because you're not taking damage while knocked unconscious. You're getting knocked unconscious by the damage. Okay, dying 2. Got you. Yes. Jackie, continue. Sorry. Well, command your animal, and then it will stride. Yeah, absolutely. It counts as a single action. Uh-huh. Okay. You're gonna want to use this, Jackie. I'm just in the interest of time and also helping you. Use your horse's support action here. Your horse adds momentum to your charge until the start of your next turn. If you moved at least 10 feet before you make a strike, add the bonus damage to your die, okay? Equal to twice the number. Add a circumstance to damage to that strike equal to twice the number of damage dice. So you'd add a +2, basically. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The horse would use one of its actions to do that, and then the other action to stride. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Roll your strike. By the way, I don't want to bully you into this. If you want your horse to move again, then don't take this support benefit. But if you want to add 2 damage, then take it. I'm just making sure that you know about it, okay? Here? Okay. Then don't use it. Then don't use it. Then don't use it. Okay. Yeah, if you want to do the maximum damage that you possibly can, then yeah, you'd probably do the horse benefit. Yeah, it has to stop somewhere. It doesn't have to stop right here. Robin's not actually there. Okay, well, a horse has how much movement again? 40. Yeah, you'd have to ready an action to do that, I think. Okay. You'd have to ready an action to do that as you're moving, because your horse takes its turn and then, like, it doesn't take its turn, but it takes its action, and then you take your action. Yeah, that's not in PF2E. You know what? In the interest of cool and time, go ahead and do it. So it'll go like this, and you'll swipe as you ride by it. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. +21. Do damage. +2. And and Vasoia charges by, spurs Roshan to action, drives by, gallops by in a sprint, and swipes her sword sideways as she rides by, and straight at the ogre's neck, cuts it straight off, and the head tumbles off its shoulders, and the body slumps over onto the ground. Thank you and good night. All right. Thanks, guys. Alexa, you can go. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. There was drama. It was good. Oh. He wants to taunt on this guy. Well, I will. I want. I assume that you guys will cut Robin out, but we'll do that next week when Alexi is also here and everything, and we'll do the cleanup for the fights. But yeah, yeah. Right on. I just want to say that I ran simulations. I always run simulations for fights. I don't throw fights at you guys that I can't pass myself, and I ran simulations, and you guys like destroyed this thing. Yeah, and actually, it's funny because Robin got eaten last on one of the simulations that I did too, but she like critted her athletics check to escape, and she's like, "Oh, back out." I was like, "Oh, yeah." I'm so happy that you have resolve points. That is exactly. You remember about a week ago when I was complaining how many like abilities each character has? It's because I was running simulations and I was like, man, there's so much to like do with each character. So yeah, I appreciate you guys staying on top of all of the like abilities and resolve you have and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not. It's not part of the core rulebook, so you don't run into it a lot. But yeah, it is a thing that is there for sure, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I'm not cruel. I'm not trying to kill you guys. Like I want you guys to be able to use your resolve stuff and have ways to get out of situations, right? So, you should have, but you know, apply that next time. Yeah, totally. No, no, it's a gameplay general. It's a global feature. It's just Vasoia has no resolve points. She doesn't have charisma. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually, yeah, no, Vasoia has one. Vasoia has one. Vasoia has one resolve. You should probably keep an eye on that as well if you ever want to do a reroll uh or stabilize. Hmm. 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 If a character at the start of the character's next turn they gain 1 HP and wake up. Okay, and that's on top of stabilizing. Gotcha. Unless they started dying again. Oh yeah. Unless they started dying again. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, hero points are a core feature of like PF2. They're a lot like inspiration in 5e, but they're built in. You can have a maximum of 3 of them and you're supposed to hand them out as a DM. But I never liked the whole like handing it out and stuff. They have like a bunch of like how do you say? Mm, yeah, but I don't like it cuz it's like and then I'm like what if one character one of one player is more talkative or outgoing than another? They're going to get more inspiration or hero points or whatever. It's just kind of like bullshit. Bullshit. Hmm. Hmm. Like a resource? Yeah. 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 It's like the items in Final Fantasy you never actually want to use them. You just hoard them the entire time. Never use them. Yeah. Yeah. And then you forget about it. Yeah. Hmm. I think that is one of the things that PF2, yeah, they have a whole list of things like ways that you can award hero points. It's just there are some better like solutions to it that are a little bit more like fair or neutral or unbiased, but I still feel like they have their fair share of problems too. But the way that I did it, I think the more resource, like the more things you can tie to a single resource, and then players think about how to spend that resource is better because like it's not just stabilize and reroll, but also stamina and stuff too, which is half your HP. So you have to think about that kind of stuff too. Yeah, it doesn't have like there's not much reason to take it unless you have that class, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's why I shuffle things around for sure. Mm-hmm. It's your like mental fortitude kind of. Yeah. There's a and it all ties into the setting too. Like charisma, you'll find the charisma classes have a lot to do with mental fortitude, stuff like that. That's good. It's good. Nice, nice. I'm glad. I'm glad. I really. We're only on like session 5, so I really don't want to like care. I was really like, I'm a bad DM if I kill a character on session 5. But in my defense, I ran simulations and it was fine. I even nerfed it from those simulations. I nerfed this. It had less HP. I'm just saying. Yeah, yeah, just bad luck for sure. I didn't think about that. I did think about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. There's a little bit of video game logic too. Like someone has to stay up front to like draw the aggro or kite or something, right? I think Jackie, you've never like actually played like any like hardcore MMOs or like raids or anything. I'm guessing, right? I mean, have you done a lot of that? Do you know how like kiting and like uh I'm just saying like someone has to hold, yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to shame you or anything like that. But when I mentioned, do you know what I mean? But when we type slash W, you know, that like whisper and everything. Do you know about that already? It's a WoW thing. Uh, 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 Fair. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I played some of the older school ones like WoW and Star Wars Galaxies where there were like actual roles and like you needed like we need for this instance we need like 3 DPS and only one tank and only one healer. Yeah. But okay. Yeah. Hmm.